caused because of what we call ground swells. The bottom of the river it goes up and down and up and down. Of course, the top of the river has to go up and down. And here it's an ever-changing thing because something to do with the way, I suppose, the sun moves across the earth. In the late afternoon, it gets really wild, like the back chute just coming off the corner on this race course really comes up with some of the biggest swells I've ever seen. And our boats aren't really designed to go through them well. It's really scary.
Well, I know that I've reached an age where it's dignified to walk a little slower, and yet I don't see anything like that in you. You're charging just as hard or harder than ever.
I think I'm convinced older's better. I really am. And the reason is I'm driving faster than I've ever driven, and I'm not an exceptional guy. I've had an interesting background, and I've had certain skills that I've been able to lend to a racing atmosphere. But, you know, why do people all of a sudden, when they reach 50, think, oh, I got 15 years to die, so they proceed to get ready for it? When if they would stay with what they're doing and keep at it, they get better and better and better. And I think that's exactly what I'm proving decisively, if nothing else, by racing, is that, hey, the older you are, the better you are, because you've got conditioned reflexes, you've got background, you've got experience. What good are reflexes if you're in your 20s if you don't really know what to do? You know?
Well, I guess that proves the old poet. You only get wisdom from one source, living and surviving. I know there are times, Bill, when I sit back and remember names like Wagner, Kaiser, Rhodes, Sayers, and names like Manchester, Musson, Donnie Wilson, Bill Stead, and it kind of reaches inside of you because these are people that we lived with, traveled with, and you fought with.
Oh, indeed. No question. You never forget, at least I've found this out, I've not ever been able to deal with death very well. I don't think I've handled myself well. You never forget things like that, ever. I mean, every day of my life, I'm reminded somehow of some one of those guys. But you do blank it out. I think the human psyche is such that we can blank it out and not allow it to affect my performance. I wouldn't want it to do that, just in respect to them, because they made a great contribution, not only their lives, but they did other things to help get the public's attention to our sport, and they were superb drivers, the best available. I've never, it still bothers me very much, all those names that lost their lives in our sport. But I am able to blank it out, and I don't think it affects me performance-wise.
Is what you do a brave thing, Bill?
Oh, no, that's an overreaction. I don't consider myself very courageous or any of those neat little words that kids look up to. I'm really prepared to do what I'm doing, and I do it very professionally, and I'm good at it. I'm a great student of the sport, and I feel responsible to the sport, and it has anything to do with courage. Kids expect you to be brave. Hey, I'm the scaredest guy in town. You got to be in fear of God, but great respect for all that kind of thing. But it has nothing to do with courage.